Hey guys, we're here for another Dokkan Battle video, and today we're going to be showcasing the new LR Super 17 that just came out on Global about earlier this morning. And this is going to be a little bit of a two-part video. We're going to see LR Super 17 versus the EZA AGL Super 17. Now, this Super 17 is 55%. He is the friend unit. All level 1 links. No equips. So he's going to be pretty basic as you would get him at 55%. Now, the reason why I say it's a little bit of a versus video is because we're going to bring the AGL Super 17. And if you're like me and summoned all the willpower you had to either one, skip this banner, or do a couple multis and see if you're able to pull them and didn't, well, we're frankly left with not having the LR Super 17. But I'm here to show you, you don't really need to pull this unit because you're going to be able to run him just as well as if you pulled the unit yourself. And shout out to whoever friend unit that LR is, because he's going to make this video possible. So we're bringing the EZA AGL Super 17 to take on this event, and we're going to be seeing him side by side. They're going to make different rotations. The AGL Super 17 is going to be linked up with the Androids trio, and the Tech LR is going to be linked up with Android 13. Now, you pretty much can run this team as is, as you're seeing on the screen, because of the dual leader skill of the Android 13 and the dual leader skill of Super 17, which is probably the only really good thing about now his leader skill. Because, I mean, while he does give GT bosses that buff, he should have been a 170 leader, but because the LR also buffs androids and GT bosses, you can bring Baby on this event because he is a target Goku category, and he also has the GT bosses category as well. So that's how we're able to bring this team, and it'll function just like if you brought if you have the LR on your team, like you pull them yourself. So let's get into it here. Now I'll kind of be discussing what Super 17 does, as well as like why you're able to keep this unit as a friend unit and not have to pull him to have him function completely as well as if you did pull him. Now let's see what our rotations are like. Guessing they're screwed up. Yes, they are. So we're gonna have to float off the other unit, or we could just let me cut and then restart and get back into it. Okay, so we were able to find another friend unit to bring along. Our rotations are not terrible, so it is going to take some adjustments, but we'll have at least the LR Super 17 match up with Android 13, and the AGL is going to get floated off onto the next rotation, where so it should be set turn 3 where everything should be good to go. So let's show off Super 17. So with Android 13 linked up, he starts at 200k defense, and the new friend unit I found is also 55%, all level 1 links with no equips. His attack is pretty high starting out, and Android 13 has 4 links active, Super 17 has 4 links active, and Super 17 AGL EZA is also 4 links active. So we're going to be able to get his 18 key, and we'll see how much damage he does. Now, my bold prediction is that I think once the EZA AGL Super 17 is built up, I think he's going to tank a lot better than the LR will, even with the LR with his damage reduction. However, I think the LR is going to put out more damage than Super 17 just because he's an LR. He has a higher attack stat, and he pretty much when they designed him, gave him a huge buff in his passive so that he's able to get an increase from target Goku and androids. So the damage actually is a lot closer than you would think. Now my EZA AGL Super 17 is 100%, is rainbowed. So keep that in mind when the damage numbers, you're seeing that. I think the LR, when he gets his crits, is going to really outperform the EZA LR. Now, if you weren't able to pull him, I want to touch on this before we dive too deep and get off track. If you didn't pull him, it's not the end of the world as of right now, because once he comes into the Baba shop, this unit is definitely a good unit to try to get with coins, because one, his banner is absolutely the definition of a trap. It's a huge trap banner. There's really no good unit you'd want to pull for on this banner, except for maybe Oceanus and Nova. But like, is that really worth all your stones to try to get one copy of him? I mean, you could get lucky and get him first multi, you could get him after 5 multis, or you could go 3,000 stones deep without a copy of him. So it's very hard, I know, to resist a enticing unit who now is a GT boss's leader. Let's see how much damage this does. 38k, so he's tanking very well. Again, he does have his damage reduction on for this turn, so keep that in mind. He's a very enticing unit. He's a GT boss's leader. He did 2 million attacks. He has very high stats, even at 55%. But his banner is so trash that it's literally designed to basically wipe out all your stones, pull out your wallet, and spend money to try to get, one, your stones back, and two, that you're gonna have to buy money or buy stones for the anniversary. So if you're like me and stopped after a couple summons, leave it at that. Don't go chasing this unit, because your stones are better off spent. Again, you can do what you want with your stones, but this is just my take. Your stones are better off spent on the 6-year anniversary, if you plan on summoning on that anniversary, because of LR UI Goku and LR Evolution Blue Vegeta, because they are going to be better on the teams that they are linked with, like representatives of Universe 7 and Universal Survival Saga, because their teams are so much bigger and more expansive. You'll have way more diversity in the teams you can run with those units than you could with LR Super 17. Now, in the future, when GT Bosses starts getting more units, like right now, the only units that are really good on GT Bosses are Oceanus, Sin Shenron, the Shadow Dragon's army when that comes out on Global, and a couple other of the Shadow Dragons, and LR Baby. But Super 17, and hopefully we'll get him on rotation so I can show you what he looks like with LR Baby, is only has one link in common with LR Baby, and it's GT. So he's not going to be great on GT Boss's team because he doesn't link up that well with those units. What you're going to mostly run him on is the androids category. So unless you're a huge proponent of the androids team and run it all the time, or you don't have a androids leader, you don't have Android 13, or I believe even the physical LR trio might be androids, so androids also category leader. If you don't have any of these units, then maybe, like, I could understand you trying to pull for that unit because you need an androids category leader. But if you have one of those leaders, you don't need to pull for him, because you run this team I'm running right now and it's all set. So Honestly, I would try to pull this unit with coins and not chase him on his banner. So, and also you just saw the EZA tank in this event for 70k, which is pretty much nothing. And he's putting up 1.6. So if you also have, if you've been around for a while and have the EZA AGL Super 17, you really are not missing too much without having the LR Super 17. Now, kind of want to discuss the LR Super 17's passive. So he gets a good buff. I think he gets about a 170% increase to his stats right off the get-go. And he does get a bonus from having a target Goku or androids category attackers on the same rotation. So let's actually pause for right here. So he still has 4 links with the transformed Android 13. His defense is 224k, which is still pretty good. And he's at 400k attack. So we're actually going to activate his active skill here. The one thing I do love about him is his attack animations. As you can see, he did a lot of damage on his super attack, or his active skill. He's not like the Super Saiyan Goku and Super Saiyan GT Vegeta, where they don't really do too much damage on their active skill. He will actually put out some pretty good numbers. So let's see what his defense is now. Still 224k. His attack is almost at 1 million. So he can put out crazy numbers. But what I was saying is, so we actually got the RNG. After 3 turns, his defense is going to lack a little bit. See, like right there, he puts out a 3.6 million attack. So his defense is going to lack a little bit because his damage reduction will get taken off. So that is also part of the, like, his kit that didn't really sell me at first, because they made it so, one, his key, which is a little hard to come by, his 18 key, is RNG because he has to get attacked, and then it's like a 30% chance of getting a key increase from his receiving attack. His other part is that his damage reduction is 17% only after receiving an attack, and it's the next turn that follows. So honestly, after 3 turns, like he's going to take a lot more damage than what he's showing right now. So if we get super attacked, it'll be a good, hopefully we don't die, it'll be a good test to see what actually the damage he'll take. So let's get these 2 orbs. We'll get a little bit of healing. Hopefully we'll get super attacked up front. And also don't want to die either. So right now he's sitting at 85k. And I believe it's because you look at it here. So androids category, target Goku, which he's not androids, the LR baby, but he's target Goku, so he's getting half of the buff from that. That's why his defense dropped off a little bit. But if they would have just gave him damage reduction like the EZA did, or got, he would have been a lot better off and just made his attack boost and his super attack effects a lot better. He probably would be one of the top LRs in the game. It just, they messed around and gave him that 17%, so he didn't really perform as well, I guess, when you take him on these events, because he gets crushed if he gets a super attack here. So hopefully we actually can survive this, and then I'll activate like a Whis, or we'll get our Dokkan attack and survive. But ooh, it's gonna be close. All right, we made it out of there. So if they would have just, I know I'm repeating myself because I keep interrupting myself, but if they would have just gave him, and we're going to activate a, no, we're gonna have to activate Android 8. If they would have gave him like damage reduction and then raised maybe his attack and defense for 1 turn, or greatly raised his attack and defense for 1 turn, or even after taking a super attack, and gave him that kind of active skill, which would have made it more in line with the anime, I think we would have seen a lot better skill set and effect out of him, where I think a lot more people would have been more hyped to pull him and seen like more of his ability. Because right now he's kind of just nah. Like, he has good stats, like no one's denying that, and Super 17, the EZA, just literally put out about 5 million damage. So this also backs up my theory. If you have this unit, that you really don't need the LR, because the EZA is still a monster. And given that the EZA is still a monster, I think the EZA unit is going to age a lot better than this LR, because of the way they built him, geared towards the androids category. So right now he's at 300k defense with an Android 8 active. So chances are we're probably gonna get super in the first rotation, and we'll see how much damage this would have done. So he's at 4 million attack stat, which is very good. 18 key. He does 1.4, hitting double digits. All right, so we're not getting supered. But if they would have just gave him straight up like a normal buff, and then made it so like he gets attacked and builds up his key instead of this RNG based turns, he would have aged so much better. And then maybe gave him a buff where if they wanted to do androids, instead of making it like target Goku and androids, make it maybe like target Goku and GT bosses, that type of buff, that would have worked a lot better, in my opinion, than just, all right, we're gonna buff androids and give him another leader. Like, that didn't do anything for that category. So rest assured, if you didn't pull him, like, it's not gonna be the end of the world, because the only team you're gonna run him on is pretty much an androids team. Now, when going through this event, it's always a lot tougher to see how he's going to perform, because if he does take a, oh, that's actually not bad. $750. I mean, I've gotten super attacked a lot on this event, but not killed like that. So we hop back into the GT Goku event after getting completely demolished by Golden Azaru with the physical 17 and 18 trio. And we almost took 1 million damage, which I've never seen, but not surprising. So I just want to see if we can actually get supered by the GT Goku and see how much damage we will take. So he does have 224k defense right now. He does have 2 target Goku and android categories on rotation, so he's getting a complete buff. And we're gonna see if we can get supered real quick to see how much damage he'll actually take in this event. And we see how much damage the EZA AGL Super 17 takes. So we're just gonna compare it, and then we'll end up the video here. But I think once GT bosses gets more units, this category will thrive. And we just got supered for AGL. It is type advantage for us, but he took 80k. I want to see if we can't get out of type disadvantage and see how much damage he'll take. But once GT bosses gets a bigger category, then Super 17 will really thrive. But until that time, don't worry about not having this unit, because if you have the EZA, you're not gonna really miss them. So keep that in mind. And honestly, it's better off pulling for LR UI Goku than, or Evolution Blue Vegeta, whichever one you like more. Then Super 17, the banners are a lot better. Your stones will go a lot farther in that celebration. So I know it's hard, and it honestly sucks because I really like Super 17, but we're just really better off. Please don't die again. All right, we didn't die. Man, physical 17 and 18 are just literally glass cannons. They cannot take damage to save their lives. So, oh, and we're at like a sliver of health. Hopefully we get supered in the beginning. So with that, since it's probably our last turn, let's activate the active skill again. See it one more time. Okay, let's get these orbs here. Get some healing so we actually can survive this attack. Hopefully we get supered. We'll see how much damage he actually does, or gets, or takes. Damn, 2.68 crit, taking double digits. Super him, come on. He's not getting supered. All right. All right, so we're getting supered. He took 381k. And I think an Android 8 was active as well. Might be wrong, but even if it was or wasn't, that's still a ton of damage. The AGL unit would not have taken that much damage from a super attack. So let's see if we actually get super attacked by the AGL on the AGL unit. And if not, we'll end it here. Okay, so doesn't look like we're gonna get the EZA a super attack on. So we end up dying, but that's gonna be a video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Again, if you didn't pull LR Super 17, not the end of the world. As you can see here, if you have the EZA AGL Super 17, he'll fit in just fine, so don't worry about it. So hopefully you guys liked today's video. If you did, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. We're trying to hit us 100 subscribers. Still on that grind, so every subscriber I would appreciate. If you guys were able to pull LR Super 17, leave a comment down below. Say how many stones you guys used. If you guys got him first multi, definitely shout that out as well. And if you've tried him out, if you guys are impressed, you guys are disappointed, whether you think that he's going to age well or be there in the long run. So we'll find out. But again, hopefully you guys liked the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.